and we are going to be going live on
I see that live stream on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes. So it's setting it up right now.
Okay, maybe that's what it deals.
That's what you're looking at, Bob. Yes.
I'm supposed to be in some exotic locale today. Today's our wedding anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you. My wife just gave me a dirty look though.
It's Jeff's birthday today too.
Is
And
it?
And it's my daughter's 17th birthday today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Lots of great things today.
We took a big cupcake this morning, and we have 2 kids here.
Oh,
So I
that's
hope that
nice.
they may be running in a few minutes, so we'll see.
I'm enjoying the meeting.
My grandson's going to be 18
their homework right now.
this month.
My goodness.
He's going to UC Davis.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Where's he going, Bob?
He's going to UC Davis to be a chemical engineer.
Well, our oldest grandson just got accepted to UCI.
Congratulations.
Actually, Josh didn't get accepted there.
To UCI?
UCI or Berkeley.
He's smart.
No, he didn't get accepted there.
Oh, your grandson?
Yeah, he did not.
Oh.
He got accepted to 5 UC schools.
You should have put your name down as his reference.
Well, yeah, that's what I told him.
He would have got in.
Hello.
That's a hardship case.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
How we
Good
doing?
morning, President Chairman.
Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, he made it.
Yeah, yay.
Good morning, Arlene.
Good morning. Did you understand what I was saying on that flyer? That was
I did. But did you understand my response too? Because that flyer was drafted in MailChimp, it's not like another document that we could just save as a PDF.
I got it. Okay, I didn't know this. No, I didn't know this at all. Thank you. You're
Yes.
doing it for me.
Now, President Fairman, are you calling in on your phone or did you manage to use your
Yeah, I'm
iPad?
on my phone.
You're on your phone today. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you able to see the agenda? Do you have it up somewhere?
Not really. I've got the agenda though. I printed it out.
Okay.
Hey, John, before we
Arlene,
start,
who are you talking?
What?
Who are you talking to?
Who am I talking to?
No, Arlene.
I was talking
Oh.
to Cookie
Oh,
because last night I had Zoom on and she was at the blinds and carrying on.
hey, Nolani, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when we review the applications for the Citizens Advisory Committee, how many are we appointing?
You're considering 7 positions total.
we're not voting on it today though.
No, you're just reviewing the applications and discussing, and then at the board meeting, you will make the nominations and appointments.
So for 7 of them. huh?
So
For
we
7.
don't even,
So one candidate will only be serving a 1-year term to fill a current vacancy, which is for Stephen Takahashi's vacancy. And then the other 6 will be filling a 2-year term.
Okay. So we have 8 applications.
You have 8 applications, that's correct.
Okay.
and
I was
do
just
they
curious
wind
before
up choosing another chair and vice chair then?
They will during that meeting, yes.
I love Nabila's wallpaper.
Isn't it beautiful?
It reminds me of the 60s.
I just saw that. So
Good
Mike,
morning,
what are you
John.
wearing?
My,
I'm
wearing
being,
I'm wearing
be-
khakis.
okay, and you can say what shirt, a red shirt?
A red Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
It's Like Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few more minutes, I guess, before we get rolling.
We have a couple more minutes, Mr. President. Yes.
So everybody's okay?
Still breathing.
Good.
I don't think my wife feels that way, but I think
Ooh, really?
she can put up with me for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Caitlin. I'm in the meeting, but I'm not using video today.
Okay. Thank you,
Just
Caitlin. I was just
audio.
wondering who that was. Thank you.
Now, was
It's
Scott
me.
joining us today?
Yeah,
Scott
we're
is
here.
on the line already. Yes.
Yeah, just double checking.
Yep. We have one more minute, folks. Just so you know, we are already recording live on our YouTube channel, so the public is able to stream live at this time.
Before the minute's up, Caitlin, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get anything on the finance committee for CSDA on that TRAN that we're putting together?
On the, I'm sorry, say that again. On,
It's called TRAN, TRAN, and what it is, it's a finance committee that's putting this together, that if any special agency needs to have assistance and financially, that we could help them out. Now, if you don't have this, I will be sure and send it to you.
yes, please. I haven't received anything from them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, are we ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is Jim Ferryman, the president of the Costa Mesa Sanitary District, and calling this meeting April 14th, 2020 on a Tuesday. This is a study session. We're calling it to order. Let's see.
Roll
To
call.
join the meeting. What's that?
Roll call, Mr.
To
President.
join- Okay, we can do that. Roll call, please.
Sure. Director Arthur Perry,
Here.
Director Michael Schaefer,
Here.
Secretary Arlene Schaefer,
Here,
Vice President Robert Uten,
Here.
President James Ferryman.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay. We've got, the public, I want to remind you, has access to this meeting, and they have to fill out a card, and then we would hear them. I guess we'll start with the code enforcement officer, Ed.
Mr. President, Ed's not here today. As you, in the staff report, we indicated that there is no report to give this month because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We made a decision to, Ed is not working, or is furlough, or whatever you want to call it, until this crisis subsides. We don't think it was necessary. There's not going to be people out in the streets scavenging, for one, because the recycling center is closed. There's really nowhere to sell recyclables, so we know there's not going to be people outside scavenging. Secondly, really have to limit our interaction with Ed and the residents, particularly if there is any trash carts in public view issues. So right now we're not enforcing any of our codes. And we haven't been getting any complaints from the public on these two issues. So it's so far so good. I'm hoping to bring them back as soon as the governor lifts the order.
Mm-hmm. And the governor does have that in order right now and in effect. So
Yeah.
we've got to adhere to that.
Yes.
Okay, let's see, legal review, Alan's not here.
Um,
Environmental review.
No, next item, Mr. President, is the organics tonnage report. Item
Okay.
number 2, February, March 2020 organics tonnage report. Do you mind, is it okay if I can proceed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So this report is the organic recycling tonnage report. There is no change in this service. CR&R is continuing to collect organics recycling and take into the AD facility. I do want to mention that we did receive comments from the member of the public, from Mr. Mosier, and I'm going to have our district clerk, Nalani Midway, read that his question to the public.
Thank you. Mr. Mosher's question is, does CR&R's recycling diversion waiver affect the processing of the organics carts? Where are the organics going during the COVID-19 crisis? And how are organics carts with non-organics?
You kind of block, can you last question again, Nalani?
The last question is, how are organics carts with non-organics in them being handled?
Yeah. And so staff addressed Mr. Mosier's questions, basically saying that it's a status quo with the organics recycling. Everything is still being used in the green carts. It's still going to the AD facility. So again, there's no change in service whatsoever with the organics recycling program.
Okay. You know, this agenda is confusing to me. Whereabouts are we now?
So, Mr. President, the next item on the agenda is the February, March 2020 solid waste diversion report. You want me to proceed?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Board of Directors study session. I got it.
Okay, so this report is your standard report. Again, we did receive another question or concern from Mr. Mosier, and I'll have Nalani read his questions to you and to the public.
Thank you. Mr. Mosher's comment is, at its March 24th meeting, the Newport Beach City Council was told Orange County material recovery facilities had been closed and all solid waste collected was being taken directly to the landfill, both because of possible exposure of workers to the coronavirus and because there is no market for any of the recyclables. At least the first part of this seems to be confirmed by the last bullet point in the staff report for item C.4, update on district's response to COVID-19 on the current agenda, which says this waiver allows CR&R to temporarily transfer recyclables to the landfill. Is this absence of recycling reflected in the March 2020 solid waste diversion report? Or is CR&R simply applying the same old percentages to the total tonnage of mixed waste collected as if recycling were still happening? End of comment.
Thank you, Nalani. So we responded to Mr. Mosier, but as you know, we received a letter from CR&R on March 19th telling us and all their client cities and special districts that they cannot comply with the social distancing order in their material recovery facilities for processing recyclables. So that means because they can't comply with the order and ensure that their employees are safe, all the recyclable materials are going to the landfill. With that said, to address Mr. Mosier's concerns, the report before you does not reflect those materials going to the landfill. The report before you is reflection of their waste characterization study that Mr. Mosier has been very critical on. And I have to admit, at this point, I would have to agree with Mr. Mosier that the data that we're receiving really does not reflect a 2 tonnage. It's in my suggestion and recommendation to the board is to discontinue these reports for now because it's not a true reflection of what's going to the landfill, and allow us to bring back to you on an annual basis that really the end of year tonnage report, which we can get from the manifest, from CR&R's manifest, which is more accurate. So my recommendation or suggestion to you is is no longer accept these reports and allow us to come back at the end of the year with the tonnage use from CNR's manifest.
Well, if that happens to turn around before now and then, we can always go back and go back to our original approach. Am I right?
Sure. Well, I think that's good. It's going to take some time because, right now, like I said, we're hoping that CNR and other organizations are going to request a temporary reprieve on the diversion mandates. And so I don't know, if that's going to hold true, then, it's going to change the way you do our reports. We can do it later, but at this time, I'm just suggesting that it's just, in my opinion, it's just a waste.
Yeah, I
understand
understand.
time producing these reports.
I agree with you because that's going to lower our diversion because of what they're doing now.
Right.
More can go to the land. I recommend suggest.
We
Comment.
okay, is Bob?
Well, it's confusing. I think that we should contact CRNR with that question, and obviously they're giving us information, and they're giving the city information apparently that is wrong. I don't know how to fix the report, but CRNR, they've got time and the expertise to get the correct information. And I would pursue it with them. It's a valid question, and I think Moses probably dead on. And I don't know why CRNR is, not bothering to own up to it.
Yes, and I would concur with Vice President Uten that we will continue to communicate with CNR on these reports. All I'm suggesting right now is allowing staff to temporarily suspending these reports until we can continue meeting with CNR and submit more accurate reports to the board and to the public.
Yeah, that'd be my suggestion.
Okay, we're going to take action on that then?
I don't think you need action. I think I have direction from the board. I'm not hearing any objection or
Okay.
suggestions, so we'll move forward.
Okay, we'll so advise you to do that. Okay, so that the board of directors receive and file this report. We already went through the analysis. Legal review, not applicable.
Mr. President, I think the
Environmental
next item on the
review.
agenda is update on district response to COVID-19.
Okay.
Do you want me to proceed with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. So this is another update to the board and to the public on the Costa Mesa Sanitary District response to COVID-19. As everyone's aware, Governor Newsom issued a stay-at-home order on March 19th. That order is still in place. Since he issued that order, the district has taken several measures to protect its employees as well as members of the public. In your staff report is several bullet points that I highlighted. Because wastewater and salt are considered essential work. So they are out there, our wastewater out there every day cleaning the system and maintaining our pump stations. We do have all the necessary personal protective equipment or PPEs. They also are assigned to their own district vehicle. There's no pairing in the vehicles, and all the vehicles have hand sanitizers to ensure that their hands are clean. We did acquire 2 manhole splash guards, which is interesting. They're guards that you put over the manhole cover that prevents any kind of misting that comes up out of the manholes while they're cleaning. That can be very effective. The one downside is it's a little hard for them to see but they're still able to clean the system and prevent any splashing up in their face or onto their body. We do disinfect the yard in the HQ, our offices, every day. As you know, we're down 2 employees, a crew. So I do have National Plant Services that are helping cleaning at a cost of $65,000. That'll clean approximately 100,000 feet of pipeline. Here at HQ, we are closed to the public, but staff is working staggered shifts where we have half people in the office now and while the other half's at home. And we are still reviewing plans. Plans can be submitted to us electronically, and then we can submit those back electronically, or they can drop the plans off in a box. We have 2 boxes out in the front door. One to drop off for review, and then one that are once we're finished reviewing, box for people to pick up. We don't accept any payments over the counter right now. All payments for fees are done online through PayPal, or they can call us on the phone with a credit card. We have also updated our benefits policies to incorporate the sick leave and emergency family and medical leave expansion act. We developed a COVID-19 leave policy. We're also participating in daily operational aerial conference calls with the latest COVID-19 news. Staff is receiving REROC, which is the Water Wastewater Emergency Response Organization of Orange County situation reports. We've also successfully completed FEMA's grant portal, which is very important because that'll allow us to get reimbursed from FEMA when this is over, and that's important. As you know, all our meetings are conducted by Zoom. That's including our staff meetings, committee meetings, board meetings. We've also coordinated with Orange County Sanitation District with the What to Flush campaign to educate the public on the risk of flushing products. We posted on social media, the only things that should be flushed are the 3 Ps, pee, poop, and toilet paper. And also last Friday, Tony Gomez did a public service announcement with Costa Mesa Brief about the 3 Ps. He's still, Barry Freeland is still editing that piece, and once it's available to the public, I'll be sure to let you know. We'll blast that out on social media. We also, solid waste collections is continuing. Curbside collection, large item collections, household hazardous waste collections are still being performed by CR&R. And as I mentioned the last bullet point, and I mentioned earlier that they're going to apply for an emergency waiver at Cal Recycle because of the recyclables going to the. Lastly, I do want to mention that we received a proclamation from the city of Costa Mesa yesterday, inquiring that everyone must wear face masks when they're out in public. I do want to mention, though, I am trying to get a legal review from our attorney, Alan Burns, to see if we are exempt, only because it can be hard to breathe through those masks. And with the guys out in the field cleaning or performing maintenance work, I don't want them to be hampered down with the mask because it's hard for them to breathe. I'll at least like to give them options. If they want to wear the mask, great. If it doesn't bother them while they clean or maintain the pump station, great. But if it does bother them, then at least have the option that they don't need to wear those while they're out in the field. Now, if they go in the stores with a lot of people, then they need to wear the mask. But when they're out in the field cleaning, then I'm trying to get a decision from Alan that we are exempt from that proclamation. And as soon as I hear back from Alan, that concludes my.
Do we have a
Scott?
Do we have a source for those for those cover-ups? I mean, I've looked for them, and I have a hard time finding them.
Yeah, we don't have we've required the N95 mask, but of course we're right now it's the health workers, the people in the hospitals, the first responders. They're the ones that are receive priority for the N95. So we're using other types of cloth type mask, and again, those cloth masks can be difficult to breathe in, and so that's what we're using right now, and that's what I'm asking for. See if we're exempt from this proclamation by the city.
Scott, they just said on NBC News this morning that Costa Mesa is required to have masks on, everybody who's out in the street.
Right.
So
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get an exemption that we're exempt. I don't think you need to wear a mask in your car. I don't think you need to wear a mask where if you're, if there's no one near you, there's no reason to wear a mask. The reason to wear the mask is if you're in large groups of people, like in stores, where there are people in there, and that makes sense. But
Oh.
I'm trying to get from Alan that we can be exempt due to the health and safety code.
Scott,
But
this is
it'd be-
Mike. The one thing I'd be careful of is if the guys are out and there's any public around and they see our guys working without masks on, we're going to hear about it. We're going to say, why are the, these are the guys out cleaning our sewers. Why aren't they wearing masks? So I think as long as we're aware that the public may give us some feedback on that, as you go forward with it.
Yeah, we'll probably do some outreach saying that we're exempt, and it's an option for them because it's hard for them to breathe. It's important for them to clean the sewer systems, and they have to I don't want them hampered by if they can't breathe. If the mask is causing difficulties to perform their duties, I don't want that to be the case.
Yeah, just be prepared. The other thing from a social media standpoint, the subject that I was talking to you about yesterday about there are people who are concerned about their trash cans and that the COVID might be spread on their trash cans. Can we do some kind of, we're really good with our Facebook and our social media, just a reminder that we're totally automated on the trash pickup and there's no need for people to worry about their trash cans.
Sure.
That's a good comment. Good.
And maybe include that we're not going to get out of the truck to pick up any boxes that fall.
Right.
Good idea, Art. Yeah.
All right.
That'd be part of the presentation to the public. I have one question for you, Scott, whenever it's my turn.
Sure.
Okay, are we having plans submitted to us electronically right now or dropped off?
Yes, we do have plans submitted to us, yes.
Just is it a normal amount or is it less?
It's less. It's right now. It's not a whole lot. We're not seeing a lot of activity.
Okay. No, I like what you presented to us today. All those ideas are really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Not to beat a dead horse, but I mean, do we have a source for those cover-up things? Those masks?
No, we don't.
Do we? We
If
don't.
we're talking about the N95 masks, we go through the county EOC to get them. But like I said earlier, we're kind of low on the totem pole of receiving those masks. But that's how we try to get the N95s. If we can't get those, then we do what everyone else does. We go online and see what's available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we receive and file, or
Yes.
no action to be taken?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move along. Finally. Oh, we just did that.
This is the one on the Citizens Advisory Committee. Consider appointing one member to the Citizens Advisory Committee. And I'm gonna turn this over to Lonnie. Lonnie will take this. Have this item.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the board. So before you, we have 8 applications that have been received to fill a 7-member vacancy on our Citizens Advisory Committee. One of the individuals will need to serve a 1-year term to fill a vacancy ending in 2021, March 2021. And the other 6 members will serve a 2-year term ending in March 2022. So at this time, it is time for the board to review the applications. I will say that we did receive a public comment from Mr. Mosier concerning the titling of this item. His comment was, whatever the district's specific rules might be, it seems reasonable to assume a public meeting notice as a study session will be used for informational purposes and not for taking action. Contrary to that expectation, the present recommendation clearly seeks action from the board yet the staff report provides no explanation of why at the study session is required. Why could the recommended action not be deferred to the board's next regular meeting? This would be my language that I use in the tiling, and perhaps it's the word consider that's throwing it off. My fault. I should have just said that this is a review of the applications and that consideration will be given at the board meeting later on this month.
So Scott, are we going to look at these applications that have been submitted and then come to the board meeting with the 7 ideas in mind, and then we discuss them?
That's correct. You can discuss the applications now once you reviewed them, and then make the nomination and appointment at the board meeting.
Mhm. Okay, everybody have a understanding there?
I have
Okay,
a question. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Out of curiosity, is there any one of these that are brand new that never been on there before?
Yeah,
Yes,
there's a lot.
there are. There are 1, 2, 3.
Because I'm familiar with a couple of the
There's
names.
4.
There are four
Four of them.
of the 8 applications that are new.
Did you say who they are?
Daniel Baum, Berger Fernandez, Seth Greener, and Laith Spates.
What about either the Katz?
Elodie Katz served on our committee.
Okay,
She's on there.
okay, I know she's still on right now.
Yes.
Her term has ended, so she has submitted her application for reappointment.
Is that the only one that wants to be reappointed?
No, we also have applications in there from Mike Carey,
Uh-huh.
Elodie Katz, Phil Marsh, and Andrew Nielsen.
Oh, okay.
This is Mike, I have a question. Nolani, there were a couple of the applicants that didn't answer the question about why they want to be on the board. Is there any way before we have the decision to be made, can we let those people know we'd like to know why they want to be on the board?
Sure.
Is that okay with everybody?
All right.
Yeah, it's
What's the
reasonable.
date when applications close?
They
Well,
did
we
have
have
the
their
opportunity to
application.
answer that during the application process, so.
What was that?
What was that?
That was my landline.
Oh. So, I mean, the application process is closed. We have the applications.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was Mr. Baum and Mr. Marsh. Neither of them said why they wanted to be on. Just if we could email, I'm sure you have their emails.
We do.
Just if we could, before the board meeting, have just a reason why they want to be on the committee, I would appreciate that.
That's
Sure
a good
thing.
idea. Good idea.
I had one more question. When we reappoint or appoint people, then do they decide who's going to be chair and vice chair then again, or?
As
do
a
they
committee,
keep-
they will decide that, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, any other questions?
No,
Okay, let's,
I printed off all the applications, so I would like to get one from Daniel Baum and Phil, like Mike suggested.
Sure.
okay. Well, we're gonna do that, Noelani, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's move along to the next item, which is,
That would be oral communications and director comments, sir.
okay, are there any oral communications at this time?
None for me.
No.
No.
No, I'm good.
I just had a question on the next meeting, which would be, I guess, on April 27th.
Yes.
We'll be doing this at 4:30, and would we be doing a Zoom or whatever we're doing now?
Yes.
Okay, just so you know. My calendar.
Okay. So-
Well, yeah,
No.
I think an important piece of information is the governor, California Governor Newsom will be making a major announcement at noon today on, going forward on this, with this process. So, I would suggest we all tune in and, see what's going on.
He's on every
Okay.
day.
Yep, but today will be a bigger proclamation,
Oh, really?
and that's what he said.
Well, let's watch that if we can.
Yeah.
Any other oral communications or director comments?
Jim, this is Mike. Just real quick to Scott and to everybody. I know we have some of the staff listening in. The field guys probably aren't listening in, but thanks for being dedicated to the sanitary district, and thank you guys for what you're doing. I know all 5 of us appreciate it, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, and ditto.
Ditto, ditto.
Okay, anything else for the good of the cause?
No.
If not, I'm going to adjourn this meeting,
Thank you.
and thank you for your attendance.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Jim.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.